An owl, a pig, and a hockey mask. 3 of the most recognizable characters in recent gaming history. Nobody thinks about the guy behind them. They only remember the character, and that's the pattern, and GTA 6 is about to run it all over again. If you put that hockey mask in a thumbnail, you don't even need a name. You know exactly who you're about to watch before you've even glanced down at the title. That recognition doesn't belong to a person, it belongs to a character, and it stopped being tied to the game years ago. The owl turns up on thumbnails for games with nothing to do with GTA, because at some point it stopped being about what he looks like in a lobby and became what the channel is. None of this is about hiding. Most of these guys are perfectly findable. They just never put a webcam on screen for their GTA gameplays. No box in the corner, no reaction shots. The character is what you look at for the whole video. And so why does this beat a face? Well, that's because it works like a logo. A thumbnail gets about a half a second on a scrolling feed. In that half second, it has to say one thing. You already watched this channel, and faces are bad at that. And it's not because anyone looks bad, it's because faces are detailed, and they move around over time. Hair changes, weight changes, lighting changes. If you line up 10 years of someone's thumbnails, you're looking at 5 different people. Watch what facecam creators do about it. They land on one expression, and then they're stuck with it forever. The same shocked face, the same pointing pose, same photo half the time, recycled across hundreds of thumbnails. Because the second they change it, the recognition drops. They've turned themselves into a logo the hard way, and now they can never do anything else. The characters, they don't have that problem. The owl can be anywhere, in any pose, pulling any expression, and it's still instantly the owl. Call it the silhouette test. If someone recognizes you from a flat, 2-color shape with no detail in it, you've built something most channels never get near. And those 3 shapes are all dead simple. A round owl head, a blunt pig snout, a white mask with 3 vents. They survive being shrunk, being cropped, being drawn badly by a fan, or even printed on a hoodie. Which brings us to GTA 6. Every GTA has gone deeper on customization than the last, and this one will go the furthest. That mostly helps, but the depth is also where people lose. More options means more detailed characters that nobody will remember. Obviously, you can't build anything yet. Nobody's seen what the game lets you do, but you can decide what you're aiming for. One idea, simple enough to survive whatever the sliders end up allowing, whether it's a color, or a mask, or an animal, one thing that reads at thumbnail size. And then, when the game lands, you're adapting a concept instead of starting from scratch, while everyone else spends launch week playing dress up. The day GTA 6 comes out, that visual space is left wide open. Whoever has a recognizable shape in the first week keeps it for the life of the game. A mask on its own does nothing though. Plenty of people play in costume and go nowhere. If you take the webcam off screen, everything that was riding on your expressions now moves to your voice. And for most creators that's a problem. But for these guys, it was the whole advantage. Delirious is the obvious case. You don't picture a face when you think of his videos. You hear the laugh, that specific broken cackle that turns up at the worst possible moment. It does the same job as a mask. You know whose video you're in within about 2 seconds. When there's nobody on screen, people build a personality in their head out of tone, timing, and what makes someone lose it. Personality you assemble yourself sticks harder than the one that you just watch. And none of these channels were just one person. They were all a cast. If you go back and watch any of the old lobby videos, it's basically a sitcom. Someone starts trouble, someone panics, someone ruins the plan, and someone's genuinely trying to finish the mission. The gameplay is just a situation that they're reacting to. That's why people showed up every day for the same game for years. They weren't there for GTA 5, they were there for the group. So you need to work out which one you are. The one who starts it, the one who panics, the one who blows the highest 30 seconds from the end. Pick it and stay in it, because the role is half of the character. And your voice, it doesn't need to sound good. It just needs to sound like you. Delirious has one of the worst mics in the game, and it's part of the character now. Every time he upgrades his mic, the comments tell him to put the old one back. And that's not people being difficult. The distortion is baked into what he sounds like, and changing it is the audio equivalent of changing your logo. The goal isn't clean, it's just consistent. Whatever your voice sounds like on the setup you've got, keep it that way. Long enough for people to know in 2 seconds. Build actual bits while you're at it. Build catchphrases or reactions that people can see coming and repeat it in the comments. It sounds forced written down, but every long-running show works this way. Repetition is what turns a person into a character. Now the part that makes the timing matter. Every GTA launch is a land grab. Search demand explodes for a world that has no content in it yet. Nobody owns the new map. Nobody owns the new mechanics. Nobody owns anything. That window closes fast, and once it does, it stays shut for about a decade. Look where GTA 5 sits now. The old guard turned up in 2013 and 2014, and they've been the default answer ever since. Starting a GTA 5 channel today means competing with 10 years of accumulated authority. It is manageable, but it is just miserable. But GTA 6 wipes that. There's a new map, there's new lobbies, there's new systems, and for a few months, there's nobody established. The mask does something specific in that window. A new world makes people want story set in it. They want to see the place through someone who belongs there. A character can live in Vice City. A webcam in the corner is just a random guy at his desk with Vice City behind him. So it won't come down to who's got the best PC or the fastest editing turnaround. Those will help, but they're not what decides it. It'll be whoever has the clearest shape, the most recognizable voice, or a group worth watching around them, ready before the map fills up. The old guard weren't following a blueprint. They made a few choices that happened to compound for 10 years, and this is me putting you on game. Pick the idea, build your character. Whoever ends up being the first mask hero of Vice City is deciding what they look like right now. And I want to know what mask you'd go with. If you had to pick anyone to be recognized in Vice City, what would it be? Leave it down below in the comments.